bombs touch our style. Gossip sharper than a barbershop blade. Box of secrets that century made. All up in the business, airing the scroll. Confessions pour fast, out of control. Sipping talk sessions, yeah we unfold. Spilling deep piping as the stories get told. Drama brewed strong, ain't decaf, nah. Twisted tales hotter than grandma spa. Join Ms. Londa bold with a cap. Tongues doing hate cardio, no nap. All up in the...
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sip and Talk with Miss Londa. All right, we got some topics that we're going to be touching on. Our main topic, though, is we are going to be touching on the Braxton family drama, the situation with the niece. We're going to go back over the situation where the little boy, Legend, I believe was his name, where the teacher was singing happy birthday to him and decided to sing another version that is pretty much offensive. The mother has spoken out and said how she's felt. We're going to get into some of the comments and things that people have shared on their thoughts and feelings on it. We're going to touch on the situation, the girl that was missing, Renaya Lewis, who was found in a wall. So we're going to touch on that. But before I get into that, I just want to... All right, before we get started, let's go over the house rules. Rule number 1, hit the like button when you enter. Show your love. I don't ask for any cash apps, but to hit the like button is free. So thank you in advance. Number 2, agree to disagree. Everybody has their own opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but you can agree to disagree. Number 3, please respect the host. No disrespecting the host or telling the host how to run the show. Number 4, please do not attack the commenters. They are entitled to their own opinion as well. You may not like what they say, but please do not attack them for their personal opinion. Now, thank you and enjoy the show. Tap in every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. for Dior the Chocolate Doll on 93.7 The Crown Radio. All right. So the reason why I got the house rules is because after our last show, there was a comment, and I don't mind people expressing their own opinion. They don't have to agree with me. But when you come into the comments and, oh, girl, shut up and this and that, like, who you talking to? Like, some people don't know how to have their own opinion and understand that everybody's opinion is going to be different. Everybody's not going to agree. So you can respectfully agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? We're co-hosts, we're not going to always agree on the same thing. I'm going to have a difference of opinion, but I'm going to respectfully say, hey, I don't agree. I ain't finna come at you because you don't see it my way. Like, people, they just, I don't know.
Too much.
Irritating. So, okay, we're gonna let me go to Instagram right quick. Let me see here. Are you able to see that pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I also still have it here.
Okay. Let me put my glasses on right quick. All right. So, a video of the Florida teacher singing singing the birthday monkey song to another student has been released. The time the song was sung to 6-year-old white child girl. Okay. The video, I'm gonna go to right here. Okay. The video is to prove that the teacher sings the song to other students to celebrate their birthday. As I previously stated, the parent of the black child and the teacher still need to have a conversation. The teacher can explain that she had no ill intent, and the mother can explain why she felt it was offensive. She already did. Maybe the teacher should stick to the widely recognized version of happy birthday. Maybe she should. And the fact that it's she sung it to a white child, you're missing the point. The mother was offended. The child said he was offended. That's the point.
Yeah, and
Anything else, whatever she done did in the past, who gives a fuck if she sung it at a football game? The mother and the child was offended. Why can't she just apologize? See, it's that superior type shit. You get
mhm.
what I'm saying? It's like she not, instead of you just coming up here apologizing, you want to go and just a bitch apologize. And that's just the bottom line. I don't even know what else to say other than just apologize. That's what's needed.
Yeah, I'm not going for it. The re-singing it to a child who's white and I guess the same age to come on the internet and say that you meant no harm, girl. You meant harm because a person who has good intentions never really have to explain anything to anybody. And as we
Exactly.
can see, not only was the little black baby offended, but this white boy looks confused, like, girl, you telling everybody that we do this normally. Since when? Since when? You did this to prove a point, and girl, it's not working.
Yeah, not for me. Nah. It's like, yeah.
But I get some screenshots because y'all know the comment sections really be eating folks up. Let me see what I ended up getting from the comment section. So it says, what you sing to one person doesn't apply to another person. I'm just saying. Somebody replied to that and said, somebody with some effing sense, thank you. Somebody else said it's equity, equal opportunity monkey song. Somebody else said the teacher will be coming out with a GoFundMe real soon. There was some more comments. It says, wait till folks hit no more monkeys jumping on the bed. I guess trying to say that, it's a song like, but that's a book that has
That's a
actual
nursery
depictions of
rhyme.
actual monkeys. It's a children's book with actual
Thank you,
monkeys
or
and not somebody who's black and it's getting on my nerves. Somebody else said she even asked the boy if he wanted the funny song. He nodded yes, it was just a funny song. White, black, red, yellow. We've been singing this song forever. When? I've never heard the song. I've never heard the song until now.
I've heard it, but going back to her asking him, she said, "Do you want to hear the funny version?" He didn't know what the fuck the funny version was.
He was just saying, yes, children don't know no better.
Just apologize. It's her feeling like she shouldn't have to apologize is what I feel. Because if she didn't feel like she didn't have to apologize, she would have done it by now. You get what I'm saying? Like the mom took him out of the school. They removed him from that class, put him in a different class, but she's taking and put him in a whole totally different school.
Yeah, because I'm not finna have, because you got to think about it. She's getting all this backlash from the media. Not to mention, my kid is also going to your school. So you're not gonna be at home going through your own personal issues and then constantly coming to school, taking that on my child because I'm the parent who reported you. I'm gonna take my child up out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. Okay, let
It's
me
like
see.
a statement I made on the last show. If you see one roach, 9 times out of 10, there's 1,000. You just can't see them. It applies.
Okay, we want to touch on the
The thing with David.
yeah. Where is it?
Yeah,
Here it
let me
is.
pull this up real quick. And it's crazy because I had actually caught the last thing I sent you right before coming in here. Which one do you want to start with?
This one?
Okay.
Okay, it says neighbors, this is crazy. David has not been named as a suspect in Celeste Rivers Hernandez death, although she was found deceased in his abandoned Tesla. According to the LAPD, the cause of Celeste's death has not yet been determined, so it's unclear if there's a culprit beyond the concealment of her body. In a statement to Rolling Stone, the LAPD said Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause of or manner of Miss Rivers Hernandez's death. As such, it remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. RHD is thoroughly examining every aspect of this case to uncover the truth and seek justice for Celeste and her family.
Yeah. I'm gonna call BS again. it don't take this long to figure out her cause of death. Y'all got her body, for one, examine it. That's the point of the autopsy. But what's killing me is it says he still needs to be charged for messing with a minor. Like, what are they doing? And somebody replied to that and said, they're not going to, shaking my head. And they also have proof that he actually had sex with that girl as well. So,
Hmm.
with that being said, I'm pretty sure he was involved with her in many ways and not just sexually. You know what her whereabouts is, because I'm pretty sure if her parents talk to you, they're entrusting you with their daughter's safety. He knows what's going on, but this happens every time a celebrity
Yeah,
is brought to the forefront. Can't nobody take responsibility.
none. I don't understand what's taking so long either. And what I don't understand is his car. If somebody has stolen his car, then why wasn't it reported stolen? You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that's being looked over. The car
Yeah,
wasn't
and you a
reported
celebrity.
stolen.
They're gonna pay attention to that.
Yeah. Um, I saw something where they said that I guess her funeral was supposed to be yesterday or the day before, and it wasn't. And the title from the GoFundMe has been changed to help the family from helping Celeste or something like that. Yes, it's some weird stuff going on.
Reading in the comments, I think I might have figured out what some of the text messages on Discord might have said. You want to hear?
Mm-hmm. Because I was trying
Hmm.
to find them and I couldn't.
So it says here they had texts where they were both saying she was pregnant with his child. Then she never had the baby, of course, because they didn't find her pregnant when she died. But there's conversation of them on Discord. They got shut down about their entire relationship. David, as well as Celeste, confirming things with mods is saying found on Reddit. And Reddit be having everything, and that's the exact place that I'm
Yeah,
gonna go hit up.
yeah. I got to
Uh,
figure out which groups on there to join.
and then some people just don't be having all the information correct. Like this one person here, I hate frauds underscore. I'm gonna call you out, girl. It says, who said he was messing with a minor? You just saying anything. The girl is underage. The girl
It's
is
videos.
underage.
It's
Right.
videos. What do they
I'm
have in
over it.
common? Why does she need to even be living at his house?
See, this is what happens in the year 2025 in the age of the internet, where people are so used to listening to sound bites of other people instead of digging into the information on your own. If you hear something interesting, why not just take your Twitter fingers that you use to comment this stupid ass comment underneath this post and go Google it? It's on law enforcement sites.
Yeah.
So educated but dumb at the same time. Smart but dumb. That's crazy and scary. I don't like it. And then a lot of people are saying they said a few things. So they're saying that he can't be brought up on statutory charges due to the fact that one of the victims is dead. Oh, okay. The next comment that really irritated my nerves is basically saying, I guess the charges that they trying to bring him up on is going to become invalid due to the fact that the parents get did the parent. I want to know if the parents actually gave permission. I want to know what the actual conversation was and what do they perceive being permission. Because I don't, no parent in a right mind. Well, I can't speak for other people, child, because I grew up in a black household. But no parents in a right man that's gonna let their underage daughter go with a grown man. There's no telling what was actually confirmed or approved. And this could have led somewhere else. I don't know. I just feel like there's three sides to every story, and we only got one.
Right. I'll going. Hello, Jules. Hello, sexy lad. Going back to parents giving some an adult permission to be with their child.
Mm.
As I said before, this happens when you dealing with people who feel like this person has celebrity status and they're gonna lace their pockets with some money. They hand their kids over. I don't
Look,
I don't know if that's the case. I've heard rumors in this case, but I don't know if that's the case. But we see it happen a lot of times.
Jules said, I do not believe that about what they're saying about the parents. Just excuses. And it is excuses because where were these? I'm not even going to phrase that like that. But this is some of the same things that we've seen during the R. Kelly case. Oh, the parents gave permission. The parent, did they really? For one, we know children are sneaky.
Well, you know
Number
the
two,
one
it's
girl in the
very
R. Kelly case, she was supposed to have been at school. Her mom was at work. She didn't skip school and took her ass down there to his court date.
my point exactly. So it's two sides missing to the story. I don't believe it, and he is guilty. And 9 times out of 10, he probably paying his lawyers some real good money to get up out of here. I mean, it's gonna fall on you regardless, because you're the owner of the car, which means you're responsible for it. That's just like if your car is involved in hitting a run, baby. Whoever name that license plate is linked to, that's what they're gonna go look for first, unless you
Right.
have proof that you were not involved in it.
Going back though to the Teslas, those are smart cars. Don't they have cameras? Can't they see who drove that car and parked that car? Who put that body in that car? I thought Teslas could tell you all of that. Am I
Well,
wrong?
even if the car doesn't have a camera, I'm pretty sure the GPS tracking should allow you to pull up information on, I guess, the route that the car took, checking certain locations, seeing who houses it stopped at, and things like that. That should be something that they're looking into if they can't access the cameras. I mean, when you're inside of the Tesla's car, the way the GPS screen pops up, it has cameras on the outside of the car, obviously detecting because you can see the cars that's on the side of you. So
Right.
I'm sure they can find something, some type of audio file, something. It's just they're choosing to ignore this. I can tell when law enforcement. Prime example. Do you all remember the case where that girl got froze, the Kanika Jenkins?
Yeah.
Look how long it took for them to solve that case. It is 2025 and I'm still finding out new information. It's ridiculous. Jules says, but do we see this a lot? Yes, which is true, but in this case, I just don't believe that. Only because going back to how she kept on living after coming back the first time and what her brother what her
She
brother
got
has
a
been.
point there because it was said that even after she was reported as a runaway, she had been back home. I think a few times or some. And she even had went back to school because you saw the teacher speak. And there was a lot of different people who knew about their relationship, like her friends and such, and things of that nature. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
don't.
brother gave, I believe if it wasn't for the brother, no one would have even discovered that they had messages on Discord. I feel like if anybody needs to be talked to, the brother should know because how you
The
got a little
brother,
sister and
I read on Google that the brother had made a report to the police though, and it kind of was just blown off because they needed. I guess they needed
yeah,
to talk to the mom, but the mom was too busy. Something along the lines of that.
I feel like it shouldn't matter who they talk to. If somebody's coming forward to you with evidence on a case that's this serious with an underage child, take it from anybody. Why do you need a parent's permission to do your job? Y'all do y'all job when y'all breaking and entering people cribs without warrants. So do your job, man. Go outside of the rules and get actual evidence to defeat the case. They're picking and choosing what they want to get involved in.
Yeah, for whatever reason. It's crazy. A lot of this stuff gets brushed under the carpet, so that's gonna bring us to our next topic. Give me 1 second.
So, Braxton's,
Yeah,
this case here. Let me scroll all the way back up. I believe that was the last. Yeah, she.
I
Tony
have.
Braxton's niece Ashley revealing childhood abuse part one. Neiman, the Neiman Nelly podcast.
Yeah, I have her. Yeah, I have her video. It's not that long. Um,
It just okay. Oh, it took me straight to YouTube. Okay.
Shout
Where's
out
YouTube got popped
to
up?
Nima Balalabawami. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but
Wait, I
yeah.
need to see it now.
Publication on LinkedIn, and I stayed speechless because you mentioned that your mom gave up the custody of you and your sister, and she removed her name to your birth certificate.
Yeah, when I was younger, my parents were married, and then my parents got a divorce, and then my mom decided to give us up to my dad. And then she took her name off of our birth certificate and she decided to move on with her life. And she had a whole nother life and kids, and she she was gone.
Welcome to Name a Podcast. I made this podcast for you to learn, to be motivated, and to be inspired. We'll be talking with people who face challenges, and today we have our special guest, Ashlee Braxton. Welcome, Ashlee.
Thank you so much for having
Oh, you
me.
have the Braxton name. Are
I
you
do.
related to this celebrity
I am
family?
actually, yes.
Like Tony Braxton, Tamara Braxton, Tracy Braxton. Are they your relatives?
Yes, those are my
Oh.
aunts. They are, yes.
How are you related to them?
So my dad is their brother, and so they are my aunts.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mm.
So you have been born in US?
Yes.
And how have you ended up in Barcelona?
Wow. I've been traveling the world and I moved from the US to Paris and then from Paris to Barcelona.
Why you choose Barcelona?
I was chasing the sun and the sea.
Oh yeah, and it's close to the beach, and then
Yeah.
you have the mountain close by. But do you like it?
I love it here. I'm so grateful for Europe. I love my country and where I'm from, but I also have this love for Europe, and it's just opened its arms to me, and I did the same to it. And so I feel like we have this special relationship. Europe and I, we're in a relationship.
Oh, that's so cool. Are you planning to stay in Barcelona, or you want to change the country in 1 to 5 years, and 10 years, or
I don't know. I tend to kind of move with life, I like to say. So for the moment, I think Barcelona is a beautiful city, and I think Spain is an amazing country. And I think where we are located in Europe, you kind of have the best of all the worlds, as you were saying before. There's the sea, there's mountains, there's everything there. So I don't see a reason to leave, but at the same time, I do love to explore. I'm thinking Japan, maybe the Middle East. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
So who are you? Who's Ashlee Braxton? Are you a
Just
singer?
girl.
Are you an engineer? Are you?
Yes, I'm many things. I wear many hats. I always like to say it depends on the day. That's who I am. But I am an events manager. I also am a singer. I'm an actress. I'm an MC. I'm a speaker. I do a lot in hospitality. I do a lot in events. I'm on the stage all the time. I feel like that's where I'm most comfortable. On stage and then behind the scenes.
Oh, that's so cool. What do you do in your free time?
My free time. I'm a nerd. I love to read. I love to do yoga. I love to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who inspires you
My
the
gosh.
most?
I feel like my biggest inspiration would have to be Lady O. I love Oprah.
Oh, from
Yeah, I do,
Winfrey.
I do.
Oh, me too. Why do you like her?
I love Oprah. I just feel like we come from the same background, and I feel like we have the same values of life and how we see life. I think Oprah is somebody who makes you want to look at yourself and challenge yourself to be better. And then once you're out of the world, then you can kind of challenge other people to be better as well. And so I just love how she's just come from where I've come from, and how global she is and well recognized and known, and the respect that she has. I don't know, it's very commendable.
So you've been in Barcelona for almost 5 years. Do you go for vacation, the US, or?
I don't. I haven't gone back to the States very often. The last time I went to the States, it wasn't for a fun reason, so I don't really go back home. But I do travel the world. In fact, I'm going to Milan in like 2 days.
I saw you at American Cups. What
Yes.
were you doing
Oh
there?
my gosh, I was the MC.
Are
for-
you sure?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, it was
congratulations. I'm so
much
proud
fun.
of you.
Thank you.
Oh, you met a lot of people there.
I did. I loved
Yeah.
my job. I learned something new every day. I had no idea about sailing jumping into this. And I stayed after, came early, learned about sailing, met the most incredible people, the American team. Shout out to you guys. American Magic. I'm speechless. I'm so grateful for that.
Was it so intense?
It was very intense. I didn't understand sailing, so I had no idea the depth that had gone into it, but I love it and I appreciate it because you see an actual like long-term goal like being played out right in front of your eyes. So it's very interesting to see all these people who, started and they built this boat from scratch from the US, but then the team is made up of people from around the world and they all flew here to Barcelona. They brought their kids, they brought their families. Everyone's here to win. And the incredible thing about the America's Cup is like either you win or that's it. So if you didn't win, you lost.
You're a public speaker, you are MC, you are the VIP event manager,
Yes.
and you're a Black woman.
Yes.
What are the challenges that you face being in the industry? Because I'm into the industry as well,
Yeah.
and this is some challenges that you might face.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one can you tell us today?
Gosh. You know, sometimes I have to say that I think because of my aunt and how I grew up, there's a lot of times where I have an ignorance to it, where I just feel like I belong on the stage too. So sometimes when I can feel that challenge of, like, what are you doing here? Or we prefer you to look like this, or there, there's just these nuances that, and they're quite subtle. That's the other thing, is like, how sometimes can you express to people what those subtle things are, but we know what they are, right? We see it, we feel it, we hear it. It's there, but at the same time, no, I belong on the stage. So there's that double nuance where I see it and I feel it, but then I'm like, no, 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 but I have to be on the stage. We have to let the other women and the generation underneath us understand that no, we belong here too.
Yeah, this industry is very competitive. Do you use Braxton name to find more opportunities?
Yes and no. I think before I did, currently, no. No.
Oh, that's so cool. So we met at Mobile World Congress this year. Oh my gosh, I like your energy.
You too.
Oh,
We connected
yeah, we connect
instantly.
easier.
Yeah, it was just so
You were
easy.
taking a picture and then I jumped into you and we started talking like we knew each other for longer. Oh yeah, and then after that we connected on LinkedIn.
We did.
So recently I saw one of your publication on LinkedIn and I stayed speechless because you mentioned that your mom gave up the custody of you and your sister and she removed her name to your birth certificate. What was it? What happened?
Yeah, when I was younger, my parents were married and then my parents got a divorce, and then my mom decided to give us up to my dad. And then she took her name off of our birth certificate and she decided to move on with her life, and she had a whole nother life and kids, and she was gone.
So they divorced. Your mom and your dad were married and then they divorced. When they divorced, she removed her name to your birth certificate.
Yep.
And then your dad
Remarried.
to another woman. And then what was your relationship with that woman?
It was not very good. My parents were very abusive to each other, and my stepmom was also very abusive to my sister and I as well.
Oh. And sometimes you had some physical violences?
Yeah, physical, mental, emotional, all of it. But from those two was physical. Well, I mean, it was all the abuse. And then she decided, to be that way with my sister and I. But then there were moments as well where my dad was also physically abusive as well.
Oh, how old were you at that time? 6?
If I'm not mistaken, I think my dad remarried when I was 7, maybe 8. I don't remember the exact day, but that's kind of the only memories that I really have of my parents.
And what was the reaction of your aunties when your mom removed her name to your birth certificate because they're so famous and they were supposed to protect the brand name of the family? If you had someone who wanted to adopt you or one who invited to stay to their houses, what happened with them, with your aunties?
No, my stepmom decided to put her name on our birth certificate. So she was kind of the person that stepped in, and she did step in and play a role. Like, I'm not going to discredit everything that she has done, but I just knew very on from a young age that what was happening in my house was just not okay. The dynamic was not right. I always would seek out help. I mean, would talk to counselors. I went to church, so I would speak to people at church, and I acted out also because I just knew that this life that I was living, it was like, why is this happening to me, to us?
And how about your sister? She
Yeah,
faced the same as well,
she
physical, mental,
she
and
did.
emotional abuses. Oh, how she overcome it, your sister?
She got into drugs and she passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She was sick?
No, we could say that she was sick in the mind because whenever anyone goes through any sort of abuse, you do become sick. But no, she overdosed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
So you were like only two, you and your sister.
No, and then I have two half brothers.
You have a half brother
Two.
from your stepmother.
Yes, from my
Are you in a
stepmother.
good relationship with your
With one of
stepbrothers?
them, I am, which is very fun.
Yeah.
I saw him for the first time in a long time. He came to Barcelona just a few months ago, and it was a lot. You know what I mean? At the same time, it was intense, but I was very happy to see him, and I was just happy that he could see me as well and get a lot of answers because he had a lot of questions. But also, I just wanted him to know that, I left at such an early age. For him, that was a question for me that he had for me. He's like, why did you leave? And I was just like, I had to survive. And it's unfortunate that I couldn't take everyone with me, but I was the oldest. And so I just had to survive.
Oh, and what is your relationship now with your mom? Are you in a good relationship? Have you forgiven?
I have done an extensive amount of therapy to forgive her. We don't speak now. I reached out to her when my sister passed away, and I asked her if she was coming to the funeral, and she did not attend. And she also just wrote me a note, and she said that, she's sorry for the things that had happened, but at the same time, I need to move on with my life, and she's trying to move on with hers. And
I'm wondering why she reacted like this when you're so young, innocent, and could remove her name to your birth certificate. This is so strange. Is there any reason, something you thought about?
I wondered if, from seeing how my dad was abusive to my stepmom, I was wondering if that was the same thing. But then there was a point in my life after so much therapy that I realized that I'm chasing a question that people have answers to, but it's their choice to give me the answer. And if they don't want to give me the answer, then I have to be okay with that. And so I don't know why, but at the same time, she's forgiven. I think that whatever the reason was, it was because she was unhappy. So I hope that in that choice that she found her happiness and that she is okay and that she's good. I mean, I don't wish harm on anybody, but if that's the choice that you needed to make to be good, sure, it's upsetting, sure, it hurts. But then at the same time, now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Do you have a good relationship with your stepbrother from your mother? She has.
From my mom's side.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know them at all, actually. And it was only when my
Really?
sister passed that they knew that we existed. So they
Are you
decided to
sure?
live. Yeah, they decided to live as if we didn't exist.
Oh my goodness. But have you met your mom after, like physically talking to
No,
her?
no,
Never.
never. Well, no, after she left, no, I've never seen her.
Ashley,
Yeah.
because we entered into a world you can easily identify someone's places where she's working their office and just go to knock their office. Hey, ma'am, I'm here. I just want to see you, how you look like. You have never had this courage to do that?
I wouldn't even say it's the courage. I think it's just when you realize that someone doesn't want you or doesn't want a relationship with you, it feels weird. I think when I was younger, definitely. I was searching, looking. I remember my sister and I would message and be like, oh, I think this is her, and like screenshot a photo and send it to each other and be like, this is their Facebook, this is that. But currently, in the current moment, hey, mom, you know what I mean? I hope you're happy with who I am and who I've become. I don't know. I don't feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the relationship with your stepmother now?
I don't have a relationship with her at all, and I don't really have one with my dad either.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is so impressive. So I met some women who passed through this kind of situation, physical abuse during their childhood, and it's so hard for them to live in a relationship with someone because they don't trust that person and they don't trust themselves as well. What have you done? What are you doing for the healing? So what are you doing? Are you working on it? Are you going to the therapist? Or what are you doing?
I go to therapy. I like to say that it's a forever process because in every different stage of your life, it's going to affect you differently. But I'm an avid therapy goer. I go to therapy currently with my partner right now. We're in couples therapy. And I don't like to use the word therapy as if there's something wrong with you. I like to use the word therapy because I want people to know that you actually deserve good things, because for so long, maybe you've been taught that you don't, or you've just found ways to survive. And survival mode is awesome because you get through it, right? But then at the same time, you don't need to survive anymore. Like I'm past that phase. I don't need to survive. Now I need to enjoy life and live. But if you don't have the tools to do that, then you're never going to do it. So I always like to say that therapy is just a way to free yourself so that you can live. You can be happy because you deserve it.
This past experience doesn't affect you thinking about not having kids, for example, and maybe I might be like my mom, and then it doesn't affect you
Oh
at
my gosh,
all.
1000%. Like to this day, it was just this year that I was like, maybe kids. But for the longest time, I never wanted kids. And if I did want a kid, I would just want to adopt. Because I didn't, I just, how do I explain it? When I think of a family dynamic, I find that your parents maybe have given birth to you and that they can give you their values, but you are your own person at the end of the day. And what I've learned in therapy is like you can't blame your parents for things. At some point, you have to take responsibility for yourself. So I would just love to be with a kid and help them go through life. Does that make sense? And not necessarily, I don't want to own a kid. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to own a human. I'm just, maybe I gave birth to you or something like that, but I don't own you. But I would love to be that support system to somebody.
So you were living with your parent, your dad and stepmother, facing emotional abuses, physical abuses, yeah, all type of abuses. So and then after you left your dad's house, what happened? You went to the street, or you call your social, how do you call it in US? Someone, a social person from the government. How do you call them?
No, I actually went to work with my aunt. So I was
Oh wow!
I was very
Who?
lucky.
Tony Braxton.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
she's my favorite.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I really like her song. Break my heart.
That's it.
So yeah. So you start working with your
Yeah, I
auntie.
started working. I was very, very lucky that I was able to jump into the music industry and learn all facets of the industry. So on stage, singing backgrounds with her, behind the scenes. So, helping in terms of management, going to all the events, red carpet. But she was
Wow.
also so talented as well. So
Jeez.
she was doing Broadway, so I got to experience what that was. I got to experience what it was to create an album. She wrote a book. I mean, she did so many things.
So, but after experiencing these abuses for many times, what was the click that told you, hey, it's time to leave the house or to go out?
I just knew that if I didn't leave, I wasn't going to, like, I guess you could say when I was younger, I was quite suicidal. I didn't really
Oh, really?
I didn't really want to live. I mean, either I ran away or I was just going to take my life because it wasn't a fun place to be. It was not.
And this didn't affect your studies, like as your primary school, your secondary school?
It affected my school, but then at the same time, school was an escape. So it was also like a fun place to be. But I did quite well in school, thankfully.
Oh, wow. Trauma
Yeah.
is not something easy to heal. So you went through therapy, and then have you had any mentor or reading some books? That's
Definitely.
which one can you
oh
recommend to
gosh,
people?
so many books. Where do I begin? Goodness. Everyone has their own different techniques. And that's the beauty of therapy, is that you have to find what works for you. I always say go to like 5 different therapists before you find the one that works for you. And I hate when there's such a stereotype about therapy that it's this bad space or bad place. And yeah, it is expensive sometimes if you think about it. But I think it's changing. The world is changing as well. We're seeing mental health very different. And there's a lot of resources and things. So there's so many books, there's so many podcasts. There's also just getting out a journal and writing. It's so therapeutic. It's very
Oh,
helpful.
really? So cool. A mental issue is a taboo. It's still a taboo, especially in Europe. If when you go to Africa, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm from Congo, and it's like we can't talk about this. And when you have to mention about therapists, it's like it's really impossible to go
Yeah.
to therapist. What are you doing there? Are you crazy? So, what can you tell to that woman who had like devastating experience into childhood or was passing through life challenges? What can be the advices to encourage that woman?
Crazy thing about the mental health and all of those things is like 9 times out of 10 we didn't ask for it to happen to us. I didn't wake up and was like, give me mental and physical emotional abuse, I'll take it. No, like we don't ask for it. It's something that happened to you and you learn to survive through it. So understand that the therapy is going to give you the tools that you need to live a fulfilling life. So go and get that life fulfilled. Go learn about yourself so that you can then have a healthy relationship, not only with your partner, but with your family, with your kids. Like, don't feel bad about what happened to you. If that's one big advice, that's what it would be. Do not feel bad about what happened to you, but know that you do have the power to overcome it and to be better so that you can then pass on the tools to somebody else.
So you are from the Braxton family, the well-known family. And then when you're talking about this reality that you had during your childhood, don't you think that it will affect the brand name of the Braxton? Or, I'm trying to see how
Yeah,
would you maintain the brand at the
of
same
course.
time speaking about this reality that is happening, other people are passing through that. So, what's your thought about this?
Yeah, it's very weird. I never want my family to think that I'm speaking out against them or that I'm speaking bad upon them. Like it's not personal. But in order for me to live, I have to acknowledge my life. And that was my life. And it's unfortunate that that's what happened, but guys, it's what happened. So I have to also stand in my own truth of my own self. And I battled with that for a long time. How do I speak about who I am, but also not hurt other people in the process of it? But I've found a good balance with it now. It's not about me. It's more so for somebody to hear what I'm saying, to realize that there is a way out of it, and for them to find the tools to get themselves a better life. That's what's most important to me.
Oh, what was the last time you called Tony Braxton or Tamar?
I've spoken to Tony. Tony and I are more close.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. So, going back to your past experience, have you had this feeling of unwanted?
Yeah.
And you talked earlier that you had like suicidal thought, and then have you blamed God that time?
Uh, I blamed everybody. Because nothing made sense. But then again, I had this will, I guess you could say, that was inside of me that was like, girl, we're going to survive. But yeah, I've had the feeling of being unwanted my entire life. Nothing made any sense. It was just, why am I here if my mom doesn't want me, my dad, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, what is this? Church was really hard because you're in there praying to God to give you some sort of miracle, right? And you're talking about the miracles, right? Like Noah's Ark. And I'm like, where is it? Who's going to come
Yeah,
save me?
yeah.
So that was a very interesting way of life. My family is quite religious as well in that aspect too. So it was weird. That's what I can say. It was weird, but I found my way out of it. But yeah, it was weird.
Wow. And then moving out from your parents, starting a tour with your aunties, and then how you arrived to Europe.
Oh, I was very lucky that my aunt had taken me around the world with her, so I had a chance to see the world. So
Oh,
once I had a
wow.
chance to see the world, then I decided like I want to go explore more. I was very appreciative of what I was experiencing, but at the same time, I also knew that that was a part of me, but it's not all of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just I didn't have any ties. Like I felt unwanted. So it never felt like, oh, I have to be here to be with my family or be a part of it. No, I just felt like, well, I don't know, let's go see the world, girl.
Oh, that's so cool. And then you, like, from moving alone from the US, you went to Paris, to France. And then from France, you came to Barcelona. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And why Barcelona? Why just
I
Barcelona?
was chasing the sun.
Ah,
So
okay.
beautiful. Yeah, I would come to Barcelona from Paris. Paris, by the way, was awesome. Vive la France. Like
Yeah.
I love France.
Mm-hmm.
It really taught me a lot. It gave me a lot of values and culture. And then I just wanted to feel the sun a little bit more. It was like there's always that moment, like that depressing moment when it's cold and it's dark, and it's just like, go chase the sun.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you so much, Ashlee. And we're at the end of this episode. And thank you so much for watching.
I thought she shared the part on this one where the auntie stopped talking to her because of the situation. Um,
I guess all they did was broaden our perspective as to, the center of the situation, kind of like the timeline of things to make it all make sense.
yeah, one of the aunts stopped talking to her because of a situation with the husband making passes at her.
Right, right.
Um, the stepmother, I guess she had went and spent time with the aunt in the summer. And when she came back home, the stepmother went through her phone and found some text messages from the husband to her and brought it to the dad. And they, he called the aunt and allegedly the aunt was apologizing to her, but then I guess she turned and started to have different feelings about it, and she just kind of stopped talking to her.
I was gonna say something, but I don't think that's my place to say.
As an adopted child, this saddens me, but also being adopted by my father's parents, I'm so thankful. Thank you, Jesus. This is so much different and hurtful. My prayers to her. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
hearing that a mom, and I tried to look up the mom, I can't find nothing, but hearing a mom, like I understand sometimes you flee certain situations, and I don't know the whole extent of the situation why the mom left. It could have been abuse, but at the same time, and sometimes maybe you're just not in the um maybe your situation isn't equipped enough for you to take your children, but to remove your name from the birth certificate as if you just want to erase.
But then that just means it's more to the story than just that. 'Cause
And so
that's
yeah, that's the part that
a
I'm confused on and try to figure out,
yeah.
like, is it safety, or you get what I'm trying to say? Because I mean, even as she got older and she reached out to the mom didn't want to have nothing to do with her still.
It's definitely more. Something had to happen in between her birth and now that kind of just made her flip. Because I can't see anybody. There's a lot of people out here who do horrible shit for their children. People who get their children and leave them at hospitals, but going as far to is to remove your name from the birth certificate, bitch. I mean, you don't want no trace, and that's ridiculous. What happened that you are just so disgusted by your own flesh and blood? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Speaking of the situation going on with the aunt's uncle, I mean the aunt's husband
like
trying to stick,
Kanaya.
9 times out of 10, there may be something else that happened, probably to the mother. The mother may have experienced, some of the same things. We really don't know. And we can only, trust or, believe or trying to get around to what they portray on the internet. But what I will say is I'm going to apply her myself because hearing her speak and hearing those parts of the story means that you're only on the internet now and broadcasting this is because you found a way to love yourself. It really do sound like she was going through some diabolical trauma issues and she had to, during that time, during the summers where her aunt and being around all these different people, she had to kind of find that. So, I give her applause for that.
All right. Being adopted by my father's parents, the name couldn't be on my birth certificate, but my father's name by law. Um, and she comes out to tell her story, and then she's served with a cease and desist, and you would never guess by who. And so then I went to look up information on him. It's not a whole lot on him either. Um, Michael Braxton is the brother of Tamar and Tony and all of them. So I'm just gonna read what I found. I couldn't even find information on the wife, his wife, the second wife that he married. No information on her either. But I would like to know why you want to silence her from telling her story, like for real.
Because just like any family, family has things that they'll allow to get to the internet, and family also have things that won't get revealed at all because it's just too dark.
So his name is Michael Conrad Braxton Jr. Um, he was born November the 17th, 1968. He's native of Southern Maryland. He is known for being a member of famous family singers, the Braxtons. His parents were Michael Braxton Sr. and Evelyn Braxton. Michael is the only son of his parents, and the rest, his siblings, are his bunch of sisters. His father is a retired preacher, an occasional substitute teacher. His mother, Evelyn, was a famous opera singer. Before he became a preacher, his father worked for the Baltimore Gas and Electric Company. His mom, Evelyn, was a native of Columbia, South Carolina, where she met her future husband and father of Michael Jr. Michael Jr.'s siblings are Tracy, Tawanda, Trina, and Tamar Braxton. You ain't mentioned Tony. He was raised religiously along with his siblings. He attended choirs and attended religious tours. His parents divorced, but there are no details as to how Michael took the divorce and separation. His father later remarried and started to live with his new wife in Baltimore. Michael's relationship with his father's second wife is not known to public. We never spoke about his father's second marriage in public settings. And their parents divorced in the early 2000s. Their children were devastated, but were able to move on by relying on each other. And then it just kind of speaks of his passion for music and whatnot. And it didn't really give a lot about him. He's
Jewel
not.
said all his couple special appearances on the show, he always seemed weird and questionable. And child, that may be the reason why the mom is acting the way that he is. Maybe because the niece was, in fact, too involved with the Braxtons, and he got his little own little weird winky. It's always that one person out of a group. I'm telling you, it's always that one sibling that's just a little. He might
Yeah.
be dead. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Now, when the story came out about the husband making passes at Ashlee, they were saying that it was Trina's husband, allegedly. And people suspect that it's Trina's husband, Gabe. Now they're saying this because they say he has a wandering eye. Now, having a wandering eye and trying to talk to a child is kind of two different things, unless they've seen his eyes wandering on, towards kids in the past or something. You know what I mean?
I just I don't like the people who choose to stay in a relationship with men like that. If a kid is coming to you that any sort of kids do a lot of things. One thing a kid would never do is lie. A kid will read you for filth and not even know they're reading you because they're innocent. But kid comes to you and tell you something that's going on, take heed to it. Stop having sex with that person. Put all that on hold until you get to the bottom of it. That's like something that's serious. But when stuff like this is broadcasted on TV, it's very important that you pay attention to certain people's reactions just to see exactly, how they think and how they feel about it and what's gonna go on once them cameras go off. Because we don't know what happens once them cameras go off.
Yeah. So yeah, that's her story, and they're trying to silence her. They don't want her to come out. She was gonna do a interview on Tamar's podcast and share her story, and I don't know if Tamar wanted to have her on her show to share her story because of what she's gone through in the past. Because I don't know if you saw when the family was on Fix My Life with Ayanla, or however you pronounce her name. But Tamar did mention that, she had been touched as a child by a family member. So I don't know if that's why she wanted to have her on there to share her story, or if it was because Tamar's known for
And yes, I was hoping to say they
what
was
you
gonna
call
call her
it?
drama.
Yeah, but what is clout chasing? Yeah, she's known for that. So I don't know if there was any good in that, or if it was for her own personal, reasons. They always gave Trina husband a hard time, but honestly, I think it happened in the home allegedly.
George, you have a
And
point. You got a point.
I was gonna say that could be why, because
Mm-hmm.
the dad, sir, is the one who sent her a cease and desist. Her father sent her the cease and desist. So it's like, why you want her to be quiet? You know what I'm saying? If it's about one of your sister's husbands coming at her, why do you want to silence her from speaking on that? You know what I'm saying?
That's all. This is ridiculous. It says a lot about that family. They really gonna be their own ruin. But they already ruined child. Anybody still keeping up with the Braxtons? We get it. But no.
Well, I was gonna tune into this season just because I want to see what's gonna come out. Like,
I'll tune in specifically for her case.
yeah,
Specifically for her case. She's the
yeah.
only reason they would get a view off me. You know what I mean? Because it's ridiculous, and I know too many people who have suffered through the same thing. So her case is kind of important to me that we get to the bottom of what's going on, so we can put that word out there and continue to raise awareness by calling BS like this out. Because I don't let nothing slide under the radar. But Kiana says, I just don't like how they are using their children backstory for their show storylines. First Tracy's son, now Mickey's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll find any reason to stay relevant, and it's sad, and is the kid being somebody else's child. My parents not getting no storyline about me, bro. You got your own life, you got your own money, you just as rich as me, you have access to a lot of things, and it's 2025.
Talk
Anything in this
about
world is possible.
Tony's marriage to Birdman. Like,
Birdman, child. Oh
talk
Lord.
about how she's got this uppity ass attitude, and like nobody can't touch her, but you married Birdman, a man who allegedly likes young butt. Let's talk about that. Okay, so the next story is about Renaya Lewis. Have you guys heard about her? She was missing, and then she was found in a
And the
detached unit
walls.
behind in the wall. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe you can't play that. Can you guys see this? Okay, you guys can see it. All right, so authorities say body of 28-year-old Renaya Lewis found concealed inside detached unit behind Vallejo
And
home.
a new at 11 here, a
Oh,
tragic discovery in the city of Vallejo. Police confirming the body of a missing woman has been found hid inside the wall of a home. And tonight, a suspect has been taken into custody. Her disappearance triggered an Ebony alert issued by CHP, and now her loved ones are grappling with the devastating news. Betty Yu has the story.
What did she do to you for you to kill her and then put her in a wall? When he said, "We found your daughter," I just collapsed. I was like, I can't believe this. And I was praying. I said, God, please don't let it be her. Please don't let it be her. And he did not answer my prayer.
It was the news no one in 28-year-old Renea Lewis's family wanted to hear. Police found her body behind a wall inside this home on 14th Street in Vallejo. Her mother last texted her on Friday and thought it was unusual not to get a response.
When they found her body behind the wall. They nailed her body behind the wall.
Vallejo police announced late Tuesday that they had arrested Douglas Shaw. It's still unclear what his relationship is to Renea or to the home.
The person that they have in custody is being cooperative. Stated that he did indeed kill Renea. He threw her phone on top of the school. That's the most information that I have.
Police now have Renea's phone, which her family says last pinged at this address. Her mother used the Life 360 app to track her final location, and her cousin Latoya helped lead the family's search in the area.
Renea was the best loving person. The girl loved to cook. She loved her family.
Since they began sharing flyers with her mother's number, the family has received numerous prank calls, people pretending to be Renea, luring her mother to false addresses and demanding money.
I am devastated. That's my youngest daughter. Her birthday is on Monday. She would have been 29.
Renea's family and friends say they don't know anything about that house where she was found or the people who may live there. They did say it wasn't unusual for her to be in Vallejo, but they are not familiar with that address. In Vallejo, Betty Yu, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
How dumb for you to throw her phone on top of the roof. Dummies, criminals of all, and top of all that, a trap house, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, ridiculous. That's why I say you can't trust anybody. And why is everybody so everybody nowadays friendships ain't what they used to seem. You used to be able to walk up down the street, be friends with anybody, child. You know, black folks is friendly. We make friends everywhere, but we live in an era where you just can't do that no more. You need to start doing background checks and really looking into people. And all these 3 week relationships and 2 month relationships, throw all that out the door, baby, because it ain't sweet like that no more.
Yeah. People people throw the word best friend around lightly.
Oh my God,
Get into
yes.
relationships and saying you love this person so quickly and lightly.
Be
You
on
know,
Facebook, my man, my man, my
my
man,
man,
girl,
my
you're
man, my
dumb.
man.
You're
Like,
dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. Real dumb.
I don't want to say they're dumb, but people just got to start being more.
Okay.
She said, "Dummy." I'm up here trying to be like, I don't want to say, but yeah, I don't know, but people just got to be more alert and aware of what's going on because it's a lot of sickos out here.
And it's starting to become real annoying. And everybody walking around here, oh my God, my child is my best friend. Let me tell you something. I grew up in a black household, baby. I got my ass beat for looking at my parents wrong. And you know what they did? Kept me in line to stop me from going outside and doing stupid shit like this. If more people start disciplining their kids and worry about what's going on in your own households instead of everybody else's, you wouldn't be low key raising serial killers where people out here being aggressive towards other people for no reason. Because every time you boil down to the deep end of these cases, they're all suffering for something psychological and something from their childhood or what's going on currently is triggering that. But no one listens to me.
Also with the iPads and the phones and allowing kids to just be on them, and you're not
Think I mentioned that on here. The 60-year-old girl who went missing for like an hour with another adult who pulled her from TikTok. There's a grown man who just popped up at somebody's house from Roblox to go play with somebody else's daughter. Like, ridiculous.
yeah. Roblox actually has a lawsuit right now, but yeah, but it's something you have to put the blame on the parents though, because where's the structure?
Yeah, it's
Why
always the
does
parents.
As long as they're not bothering you and you get to focus on whatever it is that you want to focus on, it's okay for them to be off in a room on TikTok and all these other sites, and you don't know who they talking to. People come into those chats, they disguise themselves as this or that, and you you remember when the situation with the little girl that was doing the boots on the ground with the fan and stuff like that, and
You
everybody.
know, that situation really
But
pissed me off.
did you see when the Caucasian guy made a video talking about he didn't see nothing wrong with? I mean, he was literally sitting up there looking like a damn creep. And what you mean? Why are you even talking? And this is what
Keep
I'm
forgetting
saying.
we
You
don't see
don't
big girl
know who's
because
watching. You don't know who's looking at at these videos and stuff like that.
I had a response for that, but I'm gonna change the way I'm gonna say it. It's the I watch out for people like that. There's nothing wrong with it. There's everything wrong with it.
It's everything
What do
wrong.
you
Just
mean?
like
And then this is somebody's little girl. No, you out here in front of adults, grown man drinking. She didn't been inside bars and clubs performing the goddamn boots on the ground. I don't care what's on the ground.
not only that, when she did that interview with the guy, I think he was the person who made the song or something like that. When she did
Sitting
the
on her
interview,
lap,
she was
sitting on
sitting
his
in his
lap.
lap. Why couldn't she sit on a stoop next to him? When we
Why her
was
father
raised,
couldn't come sit up there and she sit on his lap?
we wasn't allowed to sit on uncles' laps. No, no man,
No,
none,
you wouldn't
none.
be alone with meals growing up. Come on, the women in here. But morals are slowly disappearing from all communities. I don't care what race you are. It's like everybody is starting to not care. Y'all worry about the apocalypse. Well, you're watching it happen before your eyes. Everybody is getting out of control.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna put the number up if anybody would like to call in and share their thoughts. If not, then we're gonna pretty much that's gonna be it. So I'll give it a few minutes. Yeah, but the rules in the way like kids like we had to be on the porch if in the summertime. We had to be on the porch when the street lights came on. You know what I'm saying? We had a certain time to be in the house. It was just a lot of rules that we had coming up that these kids don't have. It's like they get to do what they want and nobody's protecting them or watching them to see, what's going on with them. You know?
Hey, my mother used to be on me, honey. I couldn't do anything, and I had a government phone for a very long time before I had access to these new phones and getting on the internet. People just think because your kid has a phone and they're not in your face irritating you. My mama had passwords on Comcast TVs. You couldn't watch adult channels. It was on the Wi-Fi. It was on the YouTube. Passwords on everything. Y'all kids are too free, and you wonder why you got 14-year-old kids out here in school stabbing their classmates for a $500 fanny pack instead of being able to read on grade level.
That part. So yeah. All right. Well, you guys, I would like to thank you guys for tuning in, jumping in the comments. I appreciate the support. Please remember to hit the like button. Until next time.
Sipping tea, steamy, kettle gone wild. Dropping truth bombs, touch our style. Gossip sharper than a barbershop blade. Box of secrets stacked century made. All up in the business, airing the scroll. Confessions poured fast, out of control. Sipping talk sessions, yeah we unfold. Spilling deep piping as the stories get told. Drama brewed strong, ain't decaf nah. Twisted tales hotter than grandma's spa. Join Ms. Londa bold with the caps.